not put Janet
you,
Nguyen
Darrell.
on this board. Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
you being here. Jennifer Johnson.
Good morning, my name is Jennifer Johnson, and today I stand before you representing the California Women's Leadership Association Political Action Committee. We respectfully urge the board to accept the results of the recount conducted by Registrar of Voters Neil Kelly and his staff, and to move today to administer the oath of office to our new supervisor, Janet Nguyen. This was close and a difficult election, but it is now over. The results of the recount have been certified by the Registrar of Voters. There is no legitimate purpose served in waiting to swear in the winner. The people of the 1st District have gone to the polls and made their choice. They should not have to wait any longer to be represented. The losing side in an election has never had the right to have the results put on hold while every conceivable legal challenge is dreamed up and pursued. Waiting to certify while the losing side pursues legal challenges will destroy the people's faith in our democratic process. We cannot allow the threat of lawsuits to trump the certified results in an election and the right of the people to be represented on this board. On behalf of the California Women's Leadership Association Political Action Committee, I urge you to move today to accept the certified results in this election and to swear into office Janet Nguyen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jennifer. Phil Greer. Phil will be followed by Lynn Nguyen, Lizanne Martinez, and Mark Lees.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Board. My name is Phil Greer. I'm the attorney for Janet Nguyen. After an incredibly extensive and thorough recount conducted, I must add, with efficiency and professionalism by the Registrar's Office, the election results have been recertified and Janet Nguyen has been declared the winner. It is now time to get past the process of politics and campaigns and get on with the business of governing. The arguments that you've heard today are at best speculative and at worst disingenuous. By law, there can be no more recounts. By law, the Board of Supervisors must accept the certification of election presented to it by the Registrar of Voters. By law, Janet Nguyen is the rightful occupant of the 1st District seat. You've heard arguments that the process has been flawed, that pursuant to the election code, there has not been a full recount because Janet chose to count certain ballots in a certain manner. That position misstates the law. The law says that the individual asking for the recount has the right to choose the manner in which the ballots are counted. This was confirmed by County Counsel, your attorneys, in conversation with Neil Kelly, the Registrar. Janet chose an appropriate manner in which to count the votes. The method of counting was vetted and approved by County Council and the Registrar of Voters. You've heard arguments that the ballots were disqualified should have been counted because they allegedly showed the true intent of the voter. Those ballots were disqualified because they were in some manner inappropriately marked and, pursuant to the election code, were classified as invalid ballots by the Registrar of Voters in consultation with County Council. Each of the disqualified ballots was reviewed by the Registrar, reviewed by County Council, and challenged or defended by attorneys for Mr. Nguyen. This method was reviewed and vetted and approved by County Council pursuant to the guidelines established by the Secretary of State. Everything in this recount was transparent and above board. And it should be noted that despite the inference presented here this morning, ballots cast for Janet as well as ballots cast for Mr. Nguyen were disqualified. And in fact, by our count, more ballots were challenged and disqualified by the Trump campaign than by our campaign. You've heard the threat of litigation this morning. It's speculative. They may file a lawsuit, they may not. But it doesn't affect the position of the board or the obligation of the board to do what it needs to do, which is to swear in Janet Nguyen. You've heard that the argument prior to the recount, the board provided a courtesy to Mr. Nguyen regarding not swearing him in. There's a big distinction there, and that distinction is that there was a recount. There was something concrete in front of the board. Here, there is no recount. There is nothing coming up except the swearing in. There may be a lawsuit, there may not. However, whether that lawsuit goes forward or not does not impact the obligation of the board to swear in Janet Nguyen. And based upon this, we would ask that you accept the certification of the Registrar of Voters and swear in Janet Nguyen as the supervisor for the 1st District. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Phil. Lynn Nguyen.